All right, thank you so much for your patience, everybody who's been tuning in. We had to work through a few technical glitches, and which always seems to happen for me when I go playing. I always run into technical glitches, so I think it's the universe's way of just telling me to be patient. So if you're tuning in, thank you so much. And I'm going to start off with a song called Low Maintenance Love. It's off of my EP, Cardinal. I'm surprised by your sweetness, your steady company after years of being let down. Every chance that I thought I could breathe, I'm not after your money. Low maintenance loving is all I need. Just show up for me and I'll show up for you. But now this guessing game is making me doubt all those gentle conversations we got used to talking about. Honey was going so good, why the hell would you pull the plug when all I ever even really wanted was a little bit of your love? I'm sorry you've been bruised by another lover before, but it's hard to give you my heart in her shadow. Maybe I was a little confused or a little insecure. Maybe you're just not the kind of lover that I should have been looking for. I want a general. He's got big shoes to fill, 'cause he will follow me patiently through love and woe. I want a general. Ooh, he's got big shoes to fill, 'cause he will follow me, 'cause I'm the queen of love and woe. Now I'm suffering your silence. I can't say I'm surprised, given all your second guessing. What with me trying to change your mind? Out of the dozen, I wasn't the dime. No. Out of the dozen, I wasn't the dime. I was the diamond and you passed me by. I am the diamond who's shining on by. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. It's nice to be here. Thanks for clapping. You can clap louder if you want to really fill up the space. So you can work on it like next time. Yeah. All right. This is a song called Fast Forward. It's the latest single that I just released. You can find it on my website, AllisonFayBrown.com. And I think I moved like 4 times in the span of like 5 months during the pandemic. It was kind of a chaotic time for me. So the song sort of reflects that. Maybe I should move again, make myself some brand new friends, and start over. I can leave the past behind, rewrite my whole long life, fast forward. There we go. Everybody seems to have it all worked out. my DNA so I can punch that clock every goddamn day. Pretty people on TV selling us catastrophe. They call it the new normal. Denial is a drug. My cup's not big enough to drown all of my sorrows. Everybody seems to have it all figured out. Rearrange my DNA so I can turn my cheek and look the other way. Everybody seems to blend into the crowd. Redesign my frame of mind. It's actually okay if I stand out. Everybody seems to blend into the crowd. Redesign my frame of mind. It's actually okay if I stand out. And it's okay if you stand out. So maybe I will move again, make myself some brand new friends. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. Thanks so much. Yeah, they're okay. They're good for me. All right, this next song I have not recorded yet. It's called Sisters. I really wanted to do a tiny desk of this song, but today's the last day for the entry, and I have not posted it. There's still time. I could post it at 11:59. And I would need a desk if I was going to do it here. That's okay. I'll just sing it. Do you recall our childhood bedroom? I was still small when Alliance was born. Cardinal energy, Aries and Capricorn. We were pale like fire and charcoal. Better beware, because blood is thicker between sisters. But oh, we're growing up fast. This innocence was made to last longer than gold takes to return to ash. If we'd known we'd have taken a different path. Can we turn back time 20 years? That's a do. The divide with twigs and twine and a little bit of glue, and that's when we'd rebuild our truth. But oh, we're growing up fast. This innocence was made to last longer than gold takes to return to ash. If we'd have known, we'd have left home and never looked back. is running low. Show me your battle scars. I'm strong enough to know. How long does it take to heal? My patience is wearing thin. Show me who you really are. Let me in, let me in. Let me in, let me in. Let me in, let me in. Ooh, ah, ooh. Thank you so much. The clapping has greatly improved. Thank you. The song is called Finish Line. Carve out your name with my mouth. Never feels good as the first time. Sighs and syllables up. Hard consonants one. And a slide to the finish line. What's in a name? I'm calling your name. I'm calling your name, your name, your name. Lean back and set your stare through. Chemistry's cooking from across the room. Metal chairs have a way to conduct. A shiver, a spark, a rush. Fluorescent lights giving me away. Thought that I'd safely stay ahead of your gaze, but I'm happy to take a glance in your periphery. But that's not enough for me. No, I'm calling your name. I'm calling your name, your name, your name. And I think you might be good news for me, but I'll never know until I get used to it. Oh, oh. You're just like a sip of the booze for me. One taste is too many, but 1,000 is never enough. 1,000 is never. Carve out your name with my mouth. Never feels good as the first time. Sighs and syllables up. take a glance in your periphery. Oh, that's not enough for me. No, I'm calling your name. I'm calling your name, your name, your name. I'm calling your name, your name, your name. I'm calling your name, your name, your name. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think I have time for a few more, right? We got started at like 7:20. Yeah, a couple more songs. This song is called Summertime. Up in Vermont, it's definitely still wintertime. In the summertime, your eyes give me peace of mind. What do we do? It don't matter to me, 'cause I'm with you. We got the whole day, so don't worry, no. You've got my heart in your hands, don't hurry. Waking up with you next to me, it'd be so easy to fall right back asleep. We gotta get up and baby start the day. Don't make a fuss, you know I wanna stay. We gotta get moving, or we'll both be late. So, what do you say we make our great escape? Oh, we gotta get out where nobody knows us. We'll be taking breaks to kiss and sleep on the side of the road. I want it now, more than you know. So, what do you say? What are we waiting for? Let's go. Awesome. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. This next song is called Her Eyes. Threadbare, you caught me unaware. Ken looks really cute. Is that why she stares? Now I can't stop thinking about her eyes. Glass home, I thought we were alone. Medusa, did you get your fill? When you turned my love to stone, now I can't stop thinking about your eyes. Ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. What's that on your face? Is it the glare of my envy? Oh, a tangled nest of snakes. Let's get it closer. Let's get it closer. Look. One of us mirror lend a hand now to show her and help her understand. Ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. What's that on your face? Is it the glare of my envy? Tangled nest of snakes. Let's get it closer. Let's get it closer. Let's get it closer. Let's get it closer. Look. Ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Thank you. It's really nice to be here on this quiet Monday. Stumbling, slow going, waking up night knowing the voices beyond break the silence of dawn, staying out too long, forgetting where home is. Where went the queen? She's flying around so lost, but a bee without honey. Honey is nothing but Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to play one more song for you, and then stick around. We're going to have a little chat. And yeah, thank you so much for running sound and for being here. The time today, somewhere on the corner of Church and Main, reflecting on sadness and missing your face. I lost the time, I lost the time, I lost my way. Upon my view, the downtown tower struck 2:30, and all it took was one little look at you. Oh, to lose the time again. Thank you for the hug, my friend. I'm mad at myself for letting go too soon. When I lost the time today, somewhere on the corner of Church and Main, reflecting on sadness, I'm missing your face. I lost the time, I lost the time, I lost my way. Love's like a letter unopened. You stare at the envelope hoping that what's written inside reflects what's in your mind. Love's like a song on the station. You stare at the radio praying that your frequency will be easier to find. Hanging on the words you said, hooking my heart to a thread, and your sinker is made out of lead. Oh golly, I'm falling. Oh golly, I'm falling. I think I'm falling for you again. When I lost the time today, somewhere on the corner of Church and Main, I lost the time, I lost the time when I found your face. Yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to an episode of Between the Notes with Motif Mag here at the Parlour in Providence, Rhode Island. My name is Jack Downey. It's good to be back, and sitting across from me today is Allison Fay Brown, who just performed an amazing set of some acoustic folk tunes. And it's great for you to be here, Allison. It's great to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a real treat.
Yeah, anytime. So you were telling me before the show started that you came all the way from Vermont to do this performance.
That is correct. I saw on Facebook there was a post from Sean about having musicians come down to Rhode Island and doing this show, and I just sent him a message. I think it was back in November, and we're here now. So it's really nice to be here.
Perfect. And how long of a drive is that?
It was like 2.5 hours.
Really? Only 2.5?
Yeah. It
Wow,
wasn't
that's quick.
wasn't too long. I think. I mean, I could have just been like in the zone and kind of not really paying attention to how long it was taking, but it was a really nice. It was a really pretty drive.
That's great. That's the best kind of drive. So, yeah, no, because I went up to Vermont over the summer and it was like a 4-hour nightmare.
Oh.
So I was like, and then one of my roommates actually at school, he lives in Vermont.
Where in Vermont did you visit?
I went up to Burlington.
Yes.
So that probably had a part to play. It was also the day before the 4th of July.
Okay.
So probably made matters a lot worse than they probably could have been. But
For sure.
But so tell me a little bit about your music. Who are some of your influences?
Sure. So I am sort of a mixed bag. I take influence from a lot of 90s grunge, a lot of female rock artists in that era, like Alanis Morissette, more folk like Tracy Chapman. I actually grew up listening to like Dire Straits and Led Zeppelin, so you have like the classic rock thrown in there, the grunge rock, and then of course, like 90s pop, boy band type vibes. I never really got into. People are like, you should listen to Joni Mitchell, and I never really got into Joni Mitchell that much. It was more like, I guess, like the rock era of the 90s that really shaped my music now. And when I was growing up, I started playing music for piano, so I have sort of like a classically trained background, and then building on top of that, the like Soundgarden and Bush and Nirvana.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a very wide range.
Yeah,
pretty
It's
nice
a lot.
to hear.
Yeah.
So, have you started out playing piano? I mean, how long have you been playing that, and then how long have you been playing guitar on top of that?
So I started playing piano when I was 7 or 8. So that was like several decades ago. And guitar I started when I was in college. So, I've been playing guitar for maybe 10 to 15 years. I don't know. I can't do math really quick in my head. I'm like, how long has it been?
Yeah,
Do I really want to date myself? But yeah, over 15 years for both.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it definitely came across in your songwriting that you have a certain confidence with the instrument that definitely comes across.
Thank you so much.
So when it comes to songwriting, I mean, those were all original songs, correct?
Yes.
Cool. And how long would you say you've been writing your own music?
Oh my goodness. Well, I started writing on the piano when I was like 10. So that'll be 25 years ago in a week. So
Okay. Well, happy early birthday.
Thank you. I started writing little songs on the piano, and I always was really interested in just making up songs here and there. But lyrics didn't come along until college. I started writing lyrics in like 2007.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So you largely wrote instrumental music up until that point. Was it kind of the similar folk vibe, or was it of a different
It was
vein?
more classical.
That makes sense.
Yeah. For the piano, it was more classical. When I was in school, I had a couple. They were just starting to come out with music software.
Okay.
And so I was getting to play around with that and develop accompaniments with more of like a big band. So I would develop something for just the piano, and then I would sort of break it out into different parts, like flute or like brass, and then percussion and strings. And then it shifted into more of an actual songwriter folk style.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, music software in the past decade or so has been absolutely life-saving. I myself record a lot of my own music, and if I didn't have recording software, I don't even know if I'd be where I am.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely great that stuff like that came around and allows you to do all these really cool things with arrangements and recording and things like that. So yeah, that's it's pretty cool. I mean, it definitely helps with the songwriting process.
Do you
for
have
sure.
a favorite for music software?
You know, I guess my scope is pretty limited, but I've started studying that a lot more at school, so I've started using a lot more softwares. But I started with Ableton, and I think I still have to
Yeah.
stick with that one. But I'd say Pro Tools is a pretty close
Pro
second.
Tools.
I might honestly upgrade to that at some point when
Yeah.
I get a new computer.
I can't remember if I did something with Ableton, but it can be really advanced, right? Like there's a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah, there's
that
a
you
lot
can
going
get
on.
into.
I thought Pro Tools was really advanced at first, actually, because there's so many windows that you have to open to do everything.
Oh, okay.
Like the mixing window is a separate window. If you're doing MIDI editing, that's a separate window. But from what I've heard, and maybe it's because I started with Ableton, but I've never actually had a problem with it. But a lot of people I've talked to have always been like, "Oh, wow, I can't believe you choose to use Ableton."
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's because I used the free version. I don't know. I literally got the free
Maybe.
version with my Focusrite interface back in like freshman year of high school,
Okay.
and I never upgraded, and it works. So, I guess.
Yeah. If it works.
If it works, it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, but so I was looking through your Instagram a little bit, just for research purposes for this interview, and I saw that you do performances with a band.
Mhm.
So how many people are in that band? How big of a band is it?
Great question. Sometimes I play with 3 people. It'll be a bass and a drummer with a drum kit. And
Mhm.
sometimes he doesn't know this yet, but I play with just a duo with me and a drummer who has
Oh.
a cajon. So
Okay.
we've played before, but he is now sort of like in my repertoire of booking, even though I haven't actually told him that. I'm just gonna see when he's available, and if it works, it works, and if not, I'll just do a solo. But yeah, I recently, so where you were visiting in Vermont, in Burlington,
Mhm.
that's where I was living for 3 years before the pandemic.
Okay.
The pandemic happened. I moved back an hour and a half south, which is my hometown. And when I moved there, that was February of 2021. That's when I was like, all right, I'm going to establish a band in this area. We'll see what happens. And so I established the three piece with me, drummer, bass, the duo with me and the drummer, cajon player. I also was just signed on to be a lead singer of a rock and roll cover band.
Okay.
It's like a 5-piece band,
Nice.
which is really exciting. They're called the Shakers. And if anyone at home is watching, stay tuned for info about that.
Well, you heard it here, You heard it here first, folks. Excuse me. Stay tuned for music from the Shakers coming to some part of Vermont, probably.
And New Hampshire, yeah.
And New Hampshire.
Yes.
There you go.
Yep.
Which actually leads me to a question I wanted to ask you as well. So you mentioned to me that you're going to be playing Midway Cafe tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so where do you usually play shows? Is it just in a few states, or do you go all over the place?
Great question. So before the pandemic, I was really hoping to start touring, and I even upgraded my vehicle from a Corolla to a RAV4, and I was really excited. And then everything shut down, and I lost my gigs, and I lost my jobs, as did everybody else, on top of lots of other things. But I really want to start traveling and touring and being really committed to finding places certainly around the Northeast for now, just to kind of stay sort of condensed in New England. There's so many places to play and places to explore.
Right, for sure.
Even in Vermont still, there's so many untapped venues to play. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hitting the road, and Midway Cafe tomorrow, and then next week I'm playing in Newmarket, New Hampshire at the Stone Church Music Hall.
Oh, Stone Church is cool.
Have you been there? Have you heard about it?
I've heard about it. I've never been, unfortunately.
Yeah, it seems
but
really cool.
I discovered it, I think, early into the pandemic, so I really couldn't do anything about it. But I was like, damn, I hope this place stays open, because this is actually a pretty cool concept.
Cool.
So, but yeah, I definitely hear you on the pandemic kind of just destroying any touring hopes. I was booking a tour for my band, actually, and we were actually making pretty good progress, and then none of it ended up happening because everything shut down. So I'm working on it again. I mean, last summer was kind of a trial run to just kind of get back into things, and because it was still cautious at the time, and so we kind of just played around the area. I mean, actually, the reason I was in Vermont was we were playing a show up in Burlington.
Where were you playing?
it was a DIY venue called Swan Dojo.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know this one.
Yeah, have you played it?
No, I've not.
It's
No.
a really cool venue.
Yes.
It's literally in like I think like
Lois Trombley, I think, is the person who runs that.
maybe.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I got it through some booking company called the
Lois
Weston Cove.
Trombley, if you're watching, I'm putting in a plug for you.
I don't know who that is, but you should check her out. But yeah, so I'm hoping that this year definitely yields more
Yeah.
touring wise, and yeah, hopefully it works out for you too.
I think it will. I think like restrictions are coming off, masks
Mhm.
are coming off. I think people are really hungry
Oh, for sure.
for entertainment and a chance to get out. So yeah, good luck with that as well.
Thank you. Yeah, it was scary with Omicron back in January because that ended a lot of shows too, and it was kind of deja vu for a moment. But fortunately, that only lasted for about a month and a half. So things are looking better now. You know, like you said, with the masks coming off in various places, obviously a lot of states have rolled back the restrictions. I mean, even on a smaller scale, like I go to Providence College and they took that away. So live music there has boomed.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
been huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a junior and I've been going there for almost 3 years, and there has never been as much live music on campus as there is now. So it's great to see.
That's
so hopefully
great.
that happens all over the place. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to the summer.
Nice.
So that'll hopefully provide a lot of opportunities for musicians like us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you play with your band, I meant to ask this earlier. You have a 3-piece with a drummer, a bassist, and a piano. So is it largely jazz inspired?
No, it's just drummer. It's 3-piece, including me. So drummer, bass, and me.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I was thinking about you playing piano. Yeah, that makes sense. So okay. So is it more indie rock or folk or something like that?
We just do my original songs. So they
That's
accompany
awesome.
me. It is awesome.
Yeah.
And because some of my songs are pretty big and hearty, and so it can be challenging playing them by myself.
Right.
It helps to fill the space and to like even out the sound and level out the sound when there's the low end and then the percussion kind of grounding me there. So it's really nice to it does the songs a lot of justice. But it's 3-piece and we do originals. Sometimes we'll do a cover or two.
Yeah, just to
Just
spruce
to-
things up.
Yeah.
But when you play live, do you play an electric guitar? Because you mentioned the songs being kind of hearty at points. Does that mean you use an electric or you do use
No,
acoustic
I do
for those
acoustic.
as well?
Yeah. I've been like
Interesting.
dipping my toe into the electric world, but it's a little intimidating for now. So I'm
Yeah,
like
I get
sticking with
that.
what I know and over here. And yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's cool that you're able to do solo work and with the band, and the fact that the band is, they're willing to back you on that because, obviously one of the big things with the band is like a lot of people, they want to do certain things, and so when you're able to get people on the same wavelength, obviously that's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, they are really supportive. They encourage me in my songwriting. They tell me they like my songs, which is
That's-
always,
You love to hear it, right?
very helpful.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really glad that you like them. And it's been really nice a lot of my stuff has just been solo. Like, a lot of my performances have just been solo, just me. So learning how to play with a drum kit behind me, learning how to communicate, learning like the dynamic on the stage, is really exciting. And I really like performance artistry in general. I do a lot of acting as well. And just like being in the moment while you're on stage, while there is like a ton of attention on you, like energy just gets crossed. And I think the beautiful thing about when you're like in the zone is you can just find your groove with the people behind you with just like either a look or like a small amount of words, and
Right.
the music starts to speak through you, and you can like kind of stop talking, and it just kind of happens naturally, which it does happen when I'm solo, but it's just me, so it's like
Right.
it's not like I'm relying on other people or there's other dynamic going on. So it's pretty magical.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. Absolutely. So yeah, it's great when something like that happens. That's honestly, I prefer bands performing to solo performing for that exact reason.
And what do you play?
Guitar mainly.
Nice.
Yeah, I play guitar and sing in a band. That's kind of my main project. So I play bass in another band too, but that's more of something I do down here.
Okay.
So I'm mostly a guitar player.
Cool.
Yeah. And so I was wondering too, when you write songs, what inspires the lyrics that you write? Because it sounded like one of the songs you wrote sounded like it was about the Greek myth of Medusa, and I don't know if that was metaphorical or literal, but um, do you take other inspiration from fantasy, or is a lot of it more personal?
A lot of it is more personal. However, I've always been really fascinated by fantasy and myth and Greek mythology. That song in particular had a lot of themes around jealousy and envy, and um, so it really struck me to bring some Greek mythology, because I feel like in Greek mythos, there's so many archetypes that we can identify with. Like we all have the feelings inside of us, and like we all have the feelings of jealousy sometimes, and we all have like pride or anger or righteousness. And just like pulling that out made it just like opened up the song in a really cool way. And I don't know, now that you picked up on it, it kind of makes me want to do more writing in that style, like mythos. But yes, a lot of my songs do pull from personal experiences, and a lot of family stuff, a lot of life experiences, a lot of heartbreak or love interest. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool.
hmm
So do you have any music out that people should be listening to or should check out for themselves?
Well, if you are new to my music, you can find my album Cardinal on my website, and you can find my single Fast Forward on my website as well. I do have a SoundCloud, and all of the searches it's just Allison Fay Brown. It's just my name.
Mm-hmm.
So my SoundCloud has like some demos that I've done, like a couple little like unpolished songs. I am trying to find some inspiration to write more. I'm like in a space of writer's block right now. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's the worst.
oh my God, it's
Yeah.
like so frustrating, because I feel like the more I try to push it, the more it pushes back. And do you have any tricks to get out of the block? What's your recipe?
Honestly, it's honestly, I just try to usually weather it. I
Okay.
try to just stick it through, but
Yeah,
honestly, even just writing about having writer's block, I mean, you're still writing something. So,
that's true.
you're
That's a
just
good point.
you're making words rhyme. You have meter to it,
Right.
and then just by doing that, you wrote something.
Mm.
And honestly, I mean, even just going back into kind of the cache of memories that you have, or feelings that you have, and being able to pick and choose from those, that can also kind of help, because maybe it doesn't have to be something that's current, but it's still something that resonates with you, and then you're like, all right, well, I guess I can kind of bring this one
Pull
up
that in.
from the junk drawer, and then
Yes.
I can write something about that. Those are my best tips, but honestly, yeah, it hits me pretty hard a lot
That
too.
was so helpful, actually.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Songwriting workshop.
Songwriting workshop, yeah, that goes for you too. If you're watching and you write songs, I guess I'm now a music professor. So,
Songwriting workshops.
yep, that's what we do at Motif. So, yeah. But on the topic of your website, that's just Allison Fay Brown, right?
AllisonFayBrown.com, and then Facebook and Instagram, Allison Fay Brown. Because there is an Allison Brown banjo player,
Okay.
not me.
Okay.
Yes.
And Fay is spelled Fay, just in case people are
That's
confused.
right. Yes.
Okay. Well, that's it. AllisonFayBrown.com.
Two L's. in
Two L's.
Allison.
Yes, that's also an important distinction. I didn't think of that. Yeah. Well, I believe that's all the time we have. So, Allison, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a real treat.
Anytime. It was a pleasure. And thank you, as always, to the Parlour for hosting such an amazing event.
Thank you.
And thank you to our sponsors, R1 Racing and Trinity Beer Garden, because they are what makes this possible. So, you can watch this whenever you want on Facebook, and it will be up on Spotify soon. So keep an eye out for that. And until I come back up on this podcast, have a great night, and I will see you around.